everyone, my name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. And this is Rogue. Say hi, Rogue. Say hi. April is fast approaching. The next time I see you will be the last day of March, and I will show you all the things I plan to work on in March. The WIPGO numbers will be called tomorrow, and sorry. I probably will, and have, I probably will start more than what is on my WIPGO board for starting. But I will show you why. All right, so I have a finish. This is Be Happy by CrossStitchingForFun. Made it for my sister, who absolutely loves gnomes, and she wanted to take it home unfinished. I'm like, no, I'll finish it for you. Also, I have two crochet finishes. Little baby dragon. I did this for one of my art classes. We're doing baby dragons, and there's a young man that is a phenomenal artist, but he is less than willing to sit and draw what we're drawing. He wants to draw a head, or he wants to, I don't know. Anyway, if I use the picture that they gave me of baby dragons, it's like a cartoon style drawing rather than what we're drawing, which is also cartoon style. But anyway, he will just glance at it and be able to draw it without any kind of help whatsoever. And that would be fine if that's what we were doing, but we're not. and so he did that with another project we did. And so I'm like, this, he may be able to draw it, but it's not a drawing that he's looking at. So the other one, I show them what we're going to do, and then I turn it over so that he's not going to be able to do that, or at least not well. And then I also made a chicken. This pattern comes with a baby too, a chick. So I haven't started on the chick yet. I will. I finished that one last night. I'm already looking, well, I have another one started that's a cat. But I'm already looking at patterns for bigger amigurumi animals. I want to do animals, not dolls, not, you remember the big dog I did? Like that, you know? But I don't want to pay tons of money for it, so yeah. Other than that, my only not new start is Under the Sea temperature chart that is designed by myself. Three Sisters Creative is my sister's and I Etsy shop. And yeah, so I'm working on this one. And here's my progress. As you can see, we have a lot of days there. So I will not be able to finish March the next time I see you because I'll be one short. But I'll do up until then. And I did some seaweed over here. Yeah, I think I love the colors. I used to go on cruises, and I've snorkeled in both the Caribbean and in on the west coast of, not exactly California, I think it was more Baja, but very different experiences. But in the Caribbean, you can see the beautiful colors. And while I don't know for sure if the fish are not colorful on the west coast, I know that they're colorful in the Caribbean. So yeah. Anyway, now as you recall, I had a new start with Maggie May. This was from last year's market, and I had started this. You may notice that the ears won't fit, and this color right here I was not happy with. As you can see, it is very close to this color, and there should be a contrast. And I also kind of was not happy with this. This is virtually the same as what I had planned for the shadows here. And well, I could have picked a different color for the shadows. I decided I had to restart it. I decided to use that color that had been up on the face. The light in here is making it hard to see. And the fact that it's all rolled up. It's got green hues in it that I think will go well with this. And then I just used a DMC color here because I tried all the threads that I had that I thought would work, and they're either exactly the same color, well, not exactly, but you know, not enough of a contrast, or don't work for what. So I put that color here. I think I'm a lot happier with that, especially once I get the sweater going more down. With a little cheek and a little nose, part of an ear. So I've made a lot of progress on that. Will I finish it by the end of the month? No. Do I have to put it away in April? No. So we'll see how far I get on that next week. So now I have to frog all of this because I want to use this for the radish. So, and then my other new start was Snowed in Winter. This is by Stitching with the Housewives. And this is where I am. I actually was working on this morning. I don't know if you can see the sparkle here, and it's not here yet. I have it here. In person, you can really see it. This hand isn't done. I ran out of thread. I think it needs 3 more stitches on the hand, but since another tree goes right here, it's fine. This is the top of the snow globe, and then right now I'm working on the snow that goes up like this, but rather than try to count and go up, I'm just going to do the base of the snow globe right here. You know, I have to do it eventually, and as you all know, counting is not my forte. So market. I haven't gotten all of my market and it looks like I don't get any sleep at all. It's just allergies. Um, um, so this has been a challenging week. I had to have my car towed on Thursday. As I was driving to the school, which was a distance from here. I noticed something was very wrong with the car, and then the check engine light came on. And I just didn't feel like driving it with the check engine light on, since I have free towing for AAA. That's just what I did. They wanted $16.80 for the repair. This is on a vehicle that is a 2016. We're close to paying it off, but it's like, no. So I did what I needed to do to get it to where I could use it, and then tomorrow we're gonna go looking for a new car. If I can't get a loan for a new car, which, there's always that possibility, then I'll have to figure out how to pay for the repair so that I can continue to use this car. But I am hopeful about the loan because the loan company knows that I've been paying on this probably more expensive car all this time. So I lost like 2 days of stitching and and all that, just with dealing with all of this. So then our market orders were in. Only I was afraid to drive the car all the way over to Mesa to pick up the market orders, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm hoping I'm not gonna drive the car too much before we go try to find a new car, but just cars are so expensive, between the maintenance and the registration and the gas, and sometimes I think maybe if I don't have a car at all and just Uber everywhere, it would be cheaper. But I don't want to call an Uber every time I want to get in the car. Okay, so I went and picked up the market choices from the attic. I have more coming in the mail. Fortunately, I can walk to the mailbox. This is Tinymodernist, cute crocodile. And I couldn't resist. I went ahead and started it. I don't have my needle in back, but so this is halfway down. It's a little more than halfway. This is the halfway mark. Because I had thought I would start in the middle, but I decided just go ahead and do the border. But yeah, I may stop the border right here after this thread. just because I want to make sure I have everything in the right place, because we all know counting is not my strong suit. That one isn't a lot of counting though, it's pretty easy. And then this was my other pre-order from the attic, Cute Animal Trio. Now I know this was in a magazine. It was in it was in the cute issue of Cross Stitch magazine. It says X Stitch. Is that a different magazine? I don't know. I don't buy magazines. My mother loved magazines. Absolutely loved magazines. And when she passed away, and she got rid of a lot when she moved here, but when she passed away, I practically filled the recycle bin with magazines. So some of them had some interesting things in them, but there were some that were really old. And she would read them a lot, and so they weren't in like pristine condition or something like that. So yeah, I don't buy magazines. I bought one since we moved here, and it was a Christmas ornament magazine. But when I see, like my sister gets Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, is that what it's called? And I love that magazine. I look at it and I snag some, I'm like, okay, I want to do that one. I know how to punch needle, and I've done a punch needle from there, but I haven't done it in a long time. I'm not sure if I have my punch needle supplies here at the house or in storage. Probably have them here, but anyway, this wasn't a magazine, but they did a little bit of different things to it. I should take it out of the thing so it's not so shiny. Excuse me. This is done on 16 count, and I liked the color that I saw there. I like that color, and it looks to me a lot like this color, but this is 14 count. And I'm going to do it on 14 count. It'll be bigger, but that's okay. I just love this pattern. Now, when you look at the picture, it looks like these are different stitches and makes them pop out. I don't know if it's just because of the way the photography is. I know that the white back stitching is wrapped, which will make it thicker. But they don't have you wrap the back stitching that's not white. So I'll figure it out. But I'm really excited about this one. So I will probably be starting this one very soon. I mean, I've cut the fabric. It's not exactly cut to size because this pattern is not square, but I cut the whole width, and then I just cut length. So yeah, so don't be fooled by the size of fabric. And then lastly, I went ahead and grabbed this. I didn't pre-order it, but I couldn't resist. Now, I have some pink fabric, but it is 14 count. And this is done on 32 count. And I did the B, I'm working on the B still, on 32 count Lugana. This is the fabric that I got for that. And rather than picking up a new fabric, I like the pink. I don't like pink in general, but I like this one for this B. But I'm gonna do it on this. I think it'll look fine. I wish I could afford to just buy fabrics every time I wanted fabrics. But then I would go ahead and get this fabric. But, yeah. I like the finishing with the button. They also made that for her, so I love it. Anyway, that is all for today. And thank you for joining me. And I have a lot of new viewers. Thank you very much for joining me every week. I don't do a lot of social media. I do this every week, but I find it very difficult to post on Instagram and Facebook. I stopped posting on social media when my son was young. He was adopted. He was adopted from foster care with having been removed from his parents' custody. And I just decided that that was probably not a good idea. So once in a while I would post stuff about him, but I didn't post a lot of pictures of him, and I got out of the habit of doing that, which was good because then I had a job where I had to be really careful about what I posted online. So it is not in my habit. And I'm trying to get better about posting my finishes and stuff. Hopefully I can get better. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week.